Hello friends, welcome to Affordably Crafty. I'm Kim. If you're new here, a little bit about the channel. I dabble in many areas of the craft world, and I find crafting to be relaxing and to help lessen my depression and anxiety. Lately I've been getting into dyeing, and today I'm going to pose a question. Does cost influence color? So this is plain old black Lipton tea. This is Courtship tea that I got on the Cape last year at a tea house. Have to look up the name later. But this is quite expensive, and this is obviously not. So what I'm going to do, because I have some water boiling already, is I'm going to go for 5 times the amount of a cup of tea and see how that plays out. So for this, they're suggesting 2 teaspoons for a 4 to 6 cup teapot. So I'm going to do 10 teaspoons. And so I'm going to do 10 tea bags. And we'll see how that turns out. Now the only difference here is that this can of Courtship tea has black tea and ginger. Now the main reason I'm using this is because I don't like ginger in my tea apparently. Steve doesn't drink tea, so I had to find some use for this since I paid so much money for it. So I'm going to measure out and put the tea in the pots, and I will be back in a moment. Oh, please like and subscribe and share the video. Okay, be back in a minute. I've had these teas simmering on the stove now for about 15-20 minutes. I have 10 Lipton tea bags in this one, and you'll see the color is very, very dark in the Lipton pot. Let's see. Looks like that. Looks pretty dark. And what I've done so these don't all flop everywhere is I've taken 2 small clothespins from the Dollar Tree to secure this so that they won't be easy to get out. And then for the Courtship tea, ooh, this is not as dark as the other one. I mean, like, I can't even reach in there with that. It's not dark at all. And I just used a steamer basket, so this could be a little bit easier to clean up because it is a loose tea. But I don't know, I'm torn. Should I put more of this in there? Maybe I should dye it, and then if it's horrible, I can put more in after. Alright. I am going to remove the tea and tea bags, and I will be back with you in a few moments. Hello. So I've gotten the tea bags out, and that's the Lipton. And this is what the Courtship tea looks like. There's a little bit of loose tea left in the bottom, but what are we going to do about that? So I'm going to dip in the Lipton first. Now I have mini skeins of, I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby, natural. I'm sorry, I love this wool. I love this yarn. So this one's going to be going in the Lipton. And that's a really dark color. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to put the vinegar in. Hang tight, guys. Gotta get the vinegar. Give me a minute. Oh, that's better. Now there's 2 tablespoons of vinegar in each of these pots. Now I'm gonna start dipping. Sorry, the stove's a mess. I've been dyeing most of the day today. Well, a large portion of the day, shall we say. I mean, that's a really nice nutty brown color if it sticks around. But I'm gonna put that in. And then we're going to poke it down. Make sure it's spread out enough so it's getting all inside all the yarn. That's the Lipton. Now we're going to do the more pricey one, the Courtship. Okay, here we go to the other one. Let's see. Which one do you guys think is going to be a more interesting color? I mean, that one's like a light orangey color. I don't know. And there's going to be tea leaves on this one. I'm going to move on. Just accept that. It's all spread out. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to let this simmer on the stove for about 20 minutes. Then I'm going to turn the heat off, and I'm going to let it sit in these dye pots all night. And then we'll see what we come back to. I don't know, I really like the Lipton color so far, in the morning. Okay, let me know what you think. Which one is going to be a better color, the Courtship tea, which is more expensive, or the plain old Lipton? Okay, see you tomorrow. Alright, so 12 hours have gone by since I put this in. This is the Lipton. This is the Courtship, more expensive one. So, I'm going to lift these up and see how much color falls out of it. I still got like a chestnutty brown color. The water's all cloudy. I wonder if that's because I used a mordant with the alum. That's the first time I've used it. Here's the Courtship. So I'm going to get the Lipton out and wash it out. I'll be right back. So this is the Lipton yarn. There is some bleeding in here, which I kind of expected with tea, I'll be honest with you. But it's not that bad, to be honest with you. Seems like a lot of the color is staying in there. We'll see how much we have to rinse this. Another one. Don't mind the kids in the background. Oh, that's not too bad. It's only a little bit now. This is Lipton. Remember, I used 10 bags of Lipton tea. Oh, this didn't have a mordant. Sorry, this had vinegar in it. This yarn was not mordanted. Oh, that's not bad. Iron dishes from doing dyeing. Alright, now I'm going to put some clear soap in here. See if any more comes out.
Now, I will go in the town. Okay, I'll see you.
Still a little bit coming out, but it's not bad. Let's see how much is going to come out in the soap. Oh, still some's coming out, but it's not that bad. Trying not to move it around too much so we don't end up with felted yarn. Gently pressing.
Which card can I have? Many!
This is the one I made with the Courtship tea, the much more expensive one. Now there is a little bit of debris in here, but I could not get all the little leaves out because it's a loose leaf tea. So you can see already it's a much lighter brown than the other one. I expect there to be some bleeding in here. So let's see how we did.
I
know. Oof. Yeah, there's a lot of loose leaf stuff coming out. Okay though, we'll get it out. And there is some bleeding. Alright, I'm going to keep washing this out and I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, our Lipton yarn has taken a spin in my salad spinner. A really good tip to lessen your drying time. This really gets a lot of water off and there's really no danger of felting in here. And this is just a one that I got a while ago with a coupon at I think Bed Bath & Beyond, but they also have this on Amazon. But make sure you get the bigger size. The smaller one is way too small for if you're doing a full skein of yarn. So I really like how this looks so far. It's like a very deep brown. So I'm going to go hang this up and I'll be back with this once it dries. So this yarn is still wet, but on the left is the Lipton and on the right is the Courtship tea. This is El Cheapo and this one is very expensive. As you can see, they produce a different color. So this is a darker color. a more warmer brown, and then this one is a bit more tan. So we're going to see what they look like after they're dry, but I just wanted to put a side-by-side comparison of them wet. Alright, see you in a little bit. So here we have the finished product of the Tale of Two Teas dye project, dye discovery. This is the Courtship, which was the much more expensive loose tea, which came out kind of a lighter tan brown. And this is the cheaper one. This is the Lipton. And to be honest with you, they're both nice colors, but I kind of like the Lipton better. Gotta be honest, folks. And it's about, I don't know, 10 times cheaper than this one. And a lot easier to dye with because it's not loose. So, this is the finished product. I hope you guys enjoyed this dye discovery. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'd appreciate if you subscribe and like my video. Have a great day. Bye.